6964. What minimum avionics equipment is required for operation within Class C airspace? A. Two-way communications. B. Two-way communications and transponder with automatic altitude reporting capability. C. Two-way communications, transponder with automatic altitude reporting capability, and VOR. The correct answer is B. Additional information. When operating within Class C airspace, pilots are required to have specific avionics equipment to ensure safe and effective communication and enhance air traffic control (ATC) services. The first requirement is two-way communications, which means the aircraft must have a functioning radio system capable of transmitting and receiving communications. This allows pilots to establish and maintain communication with ATC to receive instructions, provide position reports, and coordinate with other aircraft operating within the airspace. The second requirement is a transponder with automatic altitude reporting capability. A transponder is an electronic device that transmits an aircraft's identification code and altitude information to ATC radar systems. The automatic altitude reporting capability allows ATC to receive accurate altitude information without the need for the pilot to manually report it. This information is crucial for ATC to maintain proper separation between aircraft and ensure safe operations within the controlled airspace. It's important to note that while these two avionics equipment requirements, two-way communications and transponder with automatic altitude reporting capability, are necessary for operating within Class C airspace, additional equipment, such as VOR, VHF omnidirectional range, is not specifically required. Pilots should ensure that their aircraft is equipped with the minimum required avionics equipment before operating within Class C airspace. Compliance with these equipment requirements helps maintain effective communication, enhances situational awareness for both pilots and ATC, and promotes the overall safety of aircraft operations within the controlled airspace environment. 6966. All operations within Class C airspace must A. In with instrument flight rules. B. On a flight plan filed prior to arrival or departure. C. In an aircraft with a transponder with automatic altitude reporting capability and in communication with the responsible ATC facility. The correct answer is C. Additional information. When operating within Class C airspace, certain requirements must be met to ensure safety and effective air traffic control services. One of the requirements is to have an aircraft equipped with a transponder that has automatic altitude reporting capability. The transponder transmits the aircraft's identification code and altitude information to ATC radar systems, allowing ATC to accurately track and separate aircraft within the airspace. In addition to the transponder requirement, pilots must also maintain communication with the responsible ATC facility. This involves establishing and maintaining two-way communication with ATC using the appropriate radio frequencies assigned for the specific Class C airspace. It's important to note that operations within Class C airspace do not necessarily require adherence to instrument flight rules, IFR, or the filing of a flight plan prior to arrival or departure, as indicated by A and B. By ensuring compliance with the requirement to operate in an aircraft equipped with a transponder with automatic altitude reporting capability and maintaining communication with the responsible ATC facility, pilots can safely navigate and operate within Class C airspace. These requirements help facilitate effective air traffic control and promote the overall safety and efficiency of operations within the controlled airspace environment. 6480. What are the requirements, if any, to overfly Class C airspace? A. None, provided the flight remains above the airspace ceiling. B. Transponder with automatic altitude capability is required above the airspace ceiling and upward to 10,000 feet MSL. C. Two-way radio communications must be established with ATC and transponder must operating at all times. The correct answer is B. The requirement for a transponder with automatic altitude capability applies when the aircraft is operating above the designated airspace ceiling of the Class C airspace and extends upward to 10,000 feet, mean sea level, MSL. This requirement ensures that ATC can accurately track and identify the aircraft's position and altitude, even when the aircraft is not in direct communication with ATC. By having a transponder with automatic altitude capability, the aircraft provides valuable information to ATC, allowing for effective traffic management and separation from other aircraft in the vicinity. This helps maintain a high level of safety and efficiency within the airspace system. It's important for pilots to understand and comply with the specific equipment requirements for overflying Class C airspace. Adhering to these requirements promotes effective communication, enhances situational awareness for both pilots and ATC, and contributes to the overall safety and efficiency of operations within the controlled airspace environment. 6436. An airport without a control tower lies within the controlled airspace of an airport with an operating tower. According to regulations, two-way radio communications with ATC are required for landing clearance at A. Both airports, as well as to fly through the area. B. The tower-controlled airport only, as well as to fly through the area. C. The tower-controlled airport only, but not required to fly through the area. The correct answer is B. When an airport without a control tower is located within the controlled airspace of an airport with an operating tower, the requirement for two-way radio communications with air traffic control, ATC, is specific to the tower-controlled airport. Pilots must establish and maintain two-way radio communication with ATC at the tower-controlled airport in order to obtain landing clearance. This means that if you are planning to land at the airport with the control tower, you are required to have two-way radio communication with ATC. However, this requirement is not applicable to the airport without the control tower. Additionally, two-way radio communications with ATC are also required when flying through the controlled airspace surrounding the tower-controlled airport. This ensures effective communication and coordination with ATC for the purpose of maintaining safe separation from other aircraft within the controlled airspace. It's important for pilots to be familiar with the specific communication requirements in situations where airports with and without control towers are located within the same controlled airspace. By adhering to these regulations, pilots contribute to the overall safety and efficiency of operations within the airspace. 6448. Normally, the vertical limits of Class D airspace extend up to and including how many feet above the surface? A. 2,500 feet. B. 3,000 feet. C. 4,000 feet. The correct answer is A. Class D airspace is designed to provide controlled airspace around airports with an operational control tower. It typically has a cylindrical shape and extends from the surface up to a specified altitude. The specific dimensions of Class D airspace can vary depending on factors such as airport size, traffic volume, and surrounding airspace considerations. The 2,500 feet vertical limit means that aircraft operating within Class D airspace must remain at or below this altitude. This altitude restriction helps maintain separation between aircraft operating within the controlled airspace and those operating in the surrounding uncontrolled airspace. When operating within Class D airspace, pilots are required to establish two-way radio communication with the control tower. This communication allows the control tower to provide instructions, clearances, and traffic information to ensure safe operations within the airspace. Pilots must also comply with any specific procedures or requirements issued by the control tower or outlined in the relevant Aeronautical Information Manual, AIM, or chart supplement. It's important for pilots to review the appropriate aeronautical charts and publications for accurate and current information on the dimensions and requirements of Class D airspace for a specific airport. This helps ensure compliance with regulations and promotes the safe and efficient flow of air traffic within the controlled airspace.